Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop doubting yourself, the other person suddenly becomes sweeter or suddenly becomes colder? Have you ever felt like someone can sense when you are about to step out of their control? And they speed up the manipulation like they are racing a clock? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a pattern many people experience but struggle to name. You start seeing the game. You start recognizing the cycle. You stop accepting the same excuses, and then the other person changes their tactics, almost like they can feel you waking up. Some people describe it as eerie. Some people describe it as predictable. Either way, it can be confusing, because the change can look like love, like apology, like sudden kindness, or it can look like punishment, coldness, smear, and rage. Two ideas will guide everything you hear. First, people with strong narcissistic traits often depend on a certain kind of fog. The fog of confusion, self-doubt, and emotional exhaustion in the people around them. When you clear the fog, the control weakens, so they often react. Second, the goal is not to label someone as a monster. The goal is to protect your mind and your life, whether it is a friend, a partner, a family member, or a co-worker. If a pattern consistently makes you smaller, more anxious, more apologetic, and less like yourself, then your next step is not to win an argument. Your next step is to choose clarity, boundaries, and distance where needed. Let me tell you a story, because the clearest way to understand this pattern is to watch it unfold in real life, the way it actually feels, minute by minute, message by message, smile by smile. Her name was Nina. She met someone named Cole through a social group. Cole was charming, quick with compliments, and unusually confident. He had a way of making Nina feel special fast. He would say things like, "You are not like other people. You get me. You are rare." He would text often, ask deep questions, and act intensely interested in her thoughts, her dreams, her pain, her memories. Nina felt seen. In the beginning, the attention felt like warmth. It felt like care. It felt like finally being chosen in a way that did not feel casual. Then the first shift happened, subtle enough that Nina almost missed it. Nina disagreed with Cole about something small. It was not an insult. It was not a fight. It was just a different opinion. Cole smiled and said, "That is cute. You are wrong, but it is cute." Nina laughed awkwardly. She felt a pinch inside, but she told herself not to be sensitive. Later, Nina mentioned she might not be able to attend an event Cole wanted to go to. Cole replied, "Well, you are already pulling away. I knew you were too good to be true." Nina immediately felt guilty. She started explaining. She started reassuring. She started proving. That was the moment the pattern began, because the relationship was no longer about two people choosing each other freely. It was about Nina managing Cole's mood, managing his insecurity, managing his reactions, so she could keep the peace. Cole learned something that day. If he implies she is abandoning him, she will rush to fix it. If he acts wounded, she will overfunction. If he acts disappointed, she will shrink. That is how many controlling dynamics start, not with obvious cruelty. With a small hook. Weeks passed. Cole would alternate between intense affection and sudden coolness. When Nina pleased him, he was warm. When Nina questioned him, he was distant. When Nina was available, he was generous. When Nina needed something, he would become irritated and say she was needy. Nina started living in a mental spreadsheet. What version of Cole will I get today? What should I say to avoid triggering him? What did I do wrong last night? How do I bring this up without causing drama? This is the cost. When you must manage someone emotionally to feel safe, you stop living. You start performing. One night, Nina brought up something that bothered her. She said, "Sometimes when I share something important, you turn it into a joke, and it makes me feel dismissed." Cole stared at her, then smiled slowly and said, "You are so dramatic. I cannot believe you are making a problem out of nothing. You are lucky I am patient with you." Lucky. Patient. With you. That sentence carries a hidden message. It says, "I am above you. You should be grateful I tolerate you." Nina felt her throat tighten. She started doubting herself. She thought, maybe I am overreacting. Maybe I am too sensitive. Cole then did something that looked like maturity. He sighed and said, "Fine. I am sorry you feel that way. Can we move on?" That is not a real apology. It is a way to end the conversation while keeping the power. Nina accepted it anyway, because she wanted peace. Over time, Cole began testing bigger boundaries. He would ask who she was talking to. He would make jokes about her friends being fake. He would say her family did not understand her like he did. He would say, "You do not need them. You have me." And Nina, without realizing it, began isolating. Isolation is not always forced. Sometimes it is suggested gently, wrapped in romance, wrapped in concern. But the effect is the same. The less support you have, the more control one person has. Then Nina stumbled across a video about narcissistic patterns. She did not search for it because she wanted to diagnose. She searched because she felt confused all the time, and she wanted to understand why. She listened and felt her stomach drop. Love bombing, devaluation, gaslighting, triangulation, silent treatment, blame shifting, playing victim. She recognized the cycle like someone finally seeing the map of a maze they have been trapped in. For a few days, she did not say anything. She just observed. She noticed how Cole reacted when she was happy without him. She noticed how he criticized her when she had a win. She noticed how he twisted her words when she tried to be clear. She noticed how every serious conversation ended with her apologizing. And then she did something that changed the energy. She stopped explaining. The next time Cole implied she was being selfish, she did not rush to prove her love. She simply said, "I disagree, and I am not discussing it further." Cole blinked. The next time Cole tried to pull her into an argument, she said, "I will talk when we can be respectful." Cole laughed and said, "Listen to you," acting like a therapist. Nina stayed calm and said, "I am acting like someone protecting my peace." That was the moment Nina started waking up. And here is the part that answers the title question. Yes, people who depend on control often sense when you are waking up, because your behavior changes. You stop feeding the cycle. You stop reacting on command. You stop chasing their approval. You stop being easy to push. You become unpredictable to them. And when you become unpredictable, they often escalate. Cole escalated in two directions. Like two masks he could switch between. First mask was sweetness. The day after Nina held a boundary, Cole arrived with gifts. He texted longer messages. He used words like Solma. He said he had been thinking. He said he realized how much Nina meant to him. He said he wanted to be better. Nina felt her heart soften because she is human. Love is not a switch. It does not turn off instantly. And when someone is suddenly kind, the mind wants to believe it. But Nina remembered the map, so she watched for something simple. Consistency. Kindness for one day is not change. Kindness when you are about to leave is often a tactic. 2 days later, Nina said she wanted to spend time with a friend. Cole replied, "Sure, have fun." Then he went silent for hours. When she came back, he was cold. Nina asked what was wrong. Cole said, "Nothing. I am fine." He refused to talk. He punished her with silence. That is the second mask. Punishment. When sweetness fails to pull you back in, punishment often appears to push you back into fear. Nina recognized it. She did not beg. She did not chase. She did not apologize for seeing her friend. She simply said, "I am open to a calm conversation. If you choose silence, I will give you space." Cole got angry. He said, "You are acting different. You are acting arrogant. Who is filling your head with this nonsense?" Nina did not argue. She said, "I am thinking for myself." That sentence can feel like a threat to someone who needs control. Cole then escalated again. He started calling Nina selfish. He started telling mutual friends she was unstable. He started implying she was using him. He started rewriting their history. This is a common move. When they cannot control your inner world, they try to control the social story. Nina felt fear. She also felt a strange calm, because she realized something important. This is not about love. This is about control. When you see that clearly, you stop negotiating with confusion. Now let us pause and go deeper, because this is where many people get trapped again. They see the pattern, and they think, if I just explain it to them, they will understand. But a person who uses manipulation is not confused. They are strategic. This does not mean they are evil in a cartoon way. It can mean they are deeply insecure, deeply fragile, addicted to admiration, terrified of shame, but their fear does not justify the harm they cause. So what do you do when you realize someone is using this kind of pattern? You stop debating reality. You stop trying to get them to admit what they are doing. You stop trying to win the conversation. You focus on 3 things: your boundaries, your support, your long-term safety. Nina started doing that. She told a trusted friend what was happening, not to gossip, to stay grounded. She started keeping messages, not to obsess, to protect herself from rewritten stories. She reduced contact. She kept her responses short and calm. Cole hated it. He called it cold. He called it cruel. He said, "You changed." Nina replied, "I am choosing peace." Cole then tried a final tactic. He became the victim. He sent long messages about how he was broken, how nobody loved him, how he might do something terrible if she left. He implied that Nina would be responsible if he fell apart. This is a critical moment in many toxic dynamics. When someone tries to make you responsible for their emotions and choices, they are trying to chain you with guilt. Nina felt fear, but she did not return to the cage. She replied with one calm sentence, "I hope you get support from professionals and trusted people. I cannot be your therapist. I am stepping away." Then she blocked him. Blocking is not always necessary, and it is not always safe depending on the situation. But in Nina's case, it was the cleanest boundary she could set. After blocking, Nina expected to feel immediate freedom. Instead, she felt withdrawal. She missed the good moments. She doubted herself. She wondered if she was too harsh. She replayed his kind texts. She imagined him sad. She felt guilty. She felt lonely. This is normal. A toxic bond often creates addiction-like patterns because the nervous system becomes trained on highs and lows. When you leave, your body misses the chemical cycle, even if your mind knows you made the right choice. So Nina practiced something that saved her. She did not treat guilt as a command. She treated guilt as a feeling that would pass. She reminded herself of the pattern. She wrote down facts. When I set boundaries, he punished me. When I disagreed, he insulted me. When I needed space, he accused me. When I succeeded, he diminished me. When I tried to talk, he twisted it. Facts are grounding when your mind starts romanticizing. Over time, Nina felt her mind clearing. She slept better. She laughed more. She felt her life returning. And then she noticed something that surprised her. Her self-respect grew. This is the hidden gift of waking up. You do not only escape a person, you recover your own authority. Now, I want to speak to you directly, because you might be hearing this unthinking about someone in your life. Here is how you can tell you are starting to figure them out. You stop reacting instantly. You stop explaining yourself for basic boundaries. You stop chasing their approval. You stop believing their rewritten stories. You start trusting your body's signals again. You start noticing patterns instead of isolated moments. And yes, when you do that, they may react. They may suddenly become extra charming. They may suddenly accuse you of being cold. They may suddenly start fights over nothing. They may suddenly recruit others to pressure you. They may suddenly act like the victim. Do not let the reaction confuse you. The reaction is often proof that the old control is weakening. Now, I want to be careful here, because we should not label every difficult person as narcissistic. People can be immature, insecure, stressed, or simply incompatible. So focus on patterns that matter. The patterns that matter are these. They do not take responsibility. They blame you for their behavior. They punish your boundaries. They twist your words. They demand empathy but refuse empathy. They need to be the victim or the hero, never a human who is accountable. If you see that consistently, your main job is to protect your mind. Protecting your mind is a spiritual practice. It is patience without surrender. It is compassion without access. It is wisdom without hatred. It is clarity without cruelty. You can understand someone's wounds and still refuse to be harmed by them. That is the middle path. Now let me share something that many people need to hear, especially if you are young or if you are new to relationships. A person who truly loves you will not need you to be confused to stay. A healthy person is not threatened by your clarity. A healthy person can handle your no. A healthy person will apologize cleanly. A healthy person will repair rather than punish. So if someone becomes worse when you become clearer, take that as information. Do not argue with information. Use it. Now I want to close with a reflection that ties this to karma and awakening, because that is what this channel is really about. Karma is not only what happens to you. Karma is what you practice inside you. If you practice chasing approval, you will keep meeting people who sell approval. If you practice ignoring red flags, you will keep paying the price of ignoring them. If you practice clarity, you will attract clearer relationships. If you practice boundaries, you will reduce the power of manipulators in your life. If you practice compassion with wisdom, you will keep your heart soft without becoming a target. That is awakening in daily life. Awakening is when you stop giving your inner peace to someone who has not earned access to it. Now I want to invite you to share your thoughts. Have you ever noticed someone change the moment you stopped reacting the way they expected? And what was the clearest sign for you? Sudden sweetness, sudden anger, silent punishment, or spreading stories to others? If you feel comfortable, share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else recognize a pattern and step out before it costs them years. If this video helped you, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment so more people can find it. And if you want to support the channel in a deeper way, consider joining the membership so we can keep creating long-form conversations that turn confusion into clarity and help you protect your peace. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Stay calm, stay clear, keep your boundaries clean, and I will see you in the next video.